Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Phenomenal Views. I'm your host Nick Smith, and today, before I even start talking about this movie, I just want to say congratulations to Kayla Thompson, and Brandon Davis. Guys, I hope that you guys have a good relationship, I hope that you guys are very happy together, and this review is for you all. So, Guardians of the Galaxy is about these 5 people: Peter Quill, Rocket, Groot, Drax, and Gamora. And these 5 are basically brought together due to some circumstances. Like, Star-Lord meets Gamora and Groot and Rocket on a planet because there's a bounty for his head. And also Gamora is wanting the Infinity Stone that he is carrying. Yes, there is a Infinity Stone in this movie, and this movie is going to contain spoilers. So, yeah. But the movie starts with Peter Quill as a little kid who's listening to music, and he loses his mom to cancer. He runs out in sadness, and then he is picked up by Yondu, a punked Smurf, basically. And he's played by the guy who plays Randall or plays Merle in The Walking Dead. And this was a great actor. I love this actor so much. He is just awesome. You know, he practically kind of raised Star-Lord himself. Kind of, but so everyone is wanting Peter Quill because of how he's kind of a douche and he steals things, you know, and he's trying to earn the name Star-Lord. And through a bunch of circumstances at the end, he does earn the name because when he gets arrested, he's like, you know, there's another name you might know me by. Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord, you know, famous outlaw. But no one knows who he is, so but that same guard at the end of the movie, he's like, well, Star-Lord. He's like, dang right. So, he is arrested, but then, of course, you know, he escapes, and he tries to sell the Infinity Stone to this person, but when he learns that he will be defiling Ronan, because Ronan wants the Infinity Stone, he kicks him out, and thus Gamora chases after him, Rocket and Groot chase after him, and all 3 get arrested. And when they go to the prison, they meet Drax, who is the toughest person on the prison. And because Gamora is Ronan's daughter, he wants to kill her because Ronan killed his family. And so they devise a plan together to escape and go after Ronan. So they go to the planet Nowhere, which that's where they meet Gamora's contact, the Collector. Yes, the Collector is in this film. Now, if you guys have watched Thor: Dark World, or read the comics, that is where you would find him from. And he has 2 of the Infinity Stones, the Tesseract and the red one from Thor: Dark World. And so he's basically talking about like how if anyone touches the stone, it will kill you. And so when one of his prisoners wants to get free, she touches it, and it destroys everything. And so then they basically, when that's going on, freaking Drax calls Ronan down to battle, and Ronan beats the crap out of him. Ronan destroys Drax. And so, also, Gamora's sister, who is a girl version of a punked Smurf, chases her after the Infinity Stone, and they're in these little ships that aren't supposed to be in space. They can't stand in space for very long. And when hers gets shot out, Star-Lord sacrifices himself by turning himself into Yondu so he can save Gamora's life. And Gamora has been calling him, you know, he has no respect, he has no honor, he has none of this, but he earns that. And you know, like, this movie has a lot of good moments, but also a lot of moment killers. And it's just so ridiculously funny. This movie has a lot of great jokes, a lot of great humor. Everyone's going to love this. Your kids, your wife, your husband, your mom, your mom's mom, your great-grandmas, your ancient grandmas. Yes, even the grandmas will laugh at this film. So, when they all devise a plan to go after Ronan, they call the police, and they actually even have them help them. And the police, like, we get an awesome space battle during the day, and it was just so awesome. These ships all form together like a Megazord from the Power Rangers and make this humongous net, but unfortunately that goes south when people get out of Ronan's ship and start destroying everyone. While Rocket is down on Earth, keeping the Ronan's minions from bombing the city, the Guardians are going in the ship going after Ronan, and Ronan has the Infinity Stone in his hammer, you know, like Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. And and we get like a lot of epic space battles. We get a battle between Gamora and her sister, and Gamora's sister sided with Ronan because, spoiler alert, Thanos is in this film. When I seen Thanos, I was like, Thanos was in this film, and it was just awesome seeing him. I freaked out because I was really surprised that Thanos was going to be in this film. And it's like, when Ronan gets this power, he decides, I'm going to kill the person that I hired you to kill, and then I'm coming after you. Yeah, I wouldn't go after Thanos. I really would not go after Thanos. But anyway, so through a lot of stuff that goes on, Ronan gets hit with a ship head on by Rocket. And, you know, you think he's dead, but he gets back up, and I quoted Freddy Krueger, "Why won't you die?" And yes, so now it's a battle, the Guardians of the Galaxy, again, against Ronan. And Ronan's like, people, the Guardians of the Galaxy. So then, when they're challenged, when it's Star-Lord and Ronan, Ronan looks at Star-Lord and he's like, I challenge you to a dance-off. And like he just like, you know, starts dancing like, and then he passes it to Gamora and she's like, okay, back to solo. Yeah. And Ronan's like, what are you doing? A dance-off, man. And he's like, what are you doing? I'm distracting you, you turd cunt. And so yes, so then Drax shoots him with this big gun that Rocket invented out of Star-Lord, pieces out of Star-Lord's ship, and then the Infinity Stone is in midair, and then it's a jump for the Infinity Stone, and Star-Lord gets it first, but Star-Lord's holding on to it, and he sees Gamora trying to stretch out for him, and this takes him back to when his mother died, because when his mother was dying of cancer, she asked him for his hand, but he wouldn't take it. He takes Gamora's hand, and then Drax takes his hand, and then Rocket grabs his hand, and they all join together, and eventually the Infinity Stone stops. And Ronan's like, how is this possible? You are mortal! Like you said, we're the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then they use the power to destroy Ronan. And unfortunately, when the ship is going down, Groot, out of pure selflessness, wraps himself around them and sacrifices himself. And, you know, all Groot can say is, I am Groot. But we get some really heartfelt moments. We get a lot of, actually, I give Vin Diesel credit. I really do. I honestly couldn't think that he could pull this off, but he really did. I do not know anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy, but from what I do know, which is hardly little, Vin Diesel did a great job. All of these actors did a phenomenal job. And so, you know, the movie ends with the Guardians of the Galaxy being granted immunity. All their crimes on their records are gone. And so they fly up into space, and the movie ends with them flying into space listening to music. Now, before I go, there is a kind of a hint at a remake or something. The Collector is sitting in his building drinking something. Someone talks to him, and do you know who it is? Howard the frickin' Duck! Yes, for some reason they brought back Howard the frickin' Duck. That dumb movie that George Lucas made, for some reason, Marvel brought it back. I don't know why, but it was kind of funny, but at the same time, it was also weird. Why bring back Howard the Duck? But, like, it showed him sitting in his case. Apparently, he caught Howard the Duck somehow. I mean, I don't know when, I don't know why. I would have liked to seen that, but I don't know if it was just a cameo or they hinted at it, but they brought in Howard the Duck. Why? And thus the movie ends. But that was the thing that Chris Pratt said for all the fans to stay behind for. Was a cameo by Howard the Duck. Thanks, Chris Pratt. But in all seriousness, this movie was filled with action, drama, more action, hilarious jokes, great character development, a great story. This was a phenomenal story. This is one of my favorite blockbusters of this summer and of the year. This was one of my favorite comic book films of the year. Guys, I strongly suggest you get off your butts right now, go watch Guardians of the Galaxy, go take your kids to Guardians of the Galaxy, take your sisters, take your moms, take your dads, take your grandmas, your cousins, your pets. I don't think theaters allow pets in the theater, but you can find a way. If an Asian girl can sneak a little tiny chihuahua chihuahua in her purse, I'm pretty sure you can sneak a dog into the theater. I mean, who would know? But guys, comment in the comments below. What did you think of Guardians of the Galaxy? I really want to know. Did you guys love this movie? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? What did you like about Howard the Duck? Guys, this is Nick Smith. This has been another episode of Phenomenal Views. Thank you for watching.